Hello my bookish babes, and welcome back to our channel. So judging by the title, y'all already know today we are going to be talking about my March reads. Welcome to my March wrap up. So if this is your first time here, my name is Danny. We do all things bookish, blogs, shopping, unboxings, new e-readers. We do it all. So if that's something that you're into, click subscribe, hit the bell. That way you'll be notified every time I post. So I'm not gonna make this video too long because honestly, I read 9 books and they were really good. So I just want to talk about them briefly. So the first book that I read in the month of March was All Good People by Ashley Flowers. This book was entertaining. I read this book with my book club and we had a good time. If you don't know, I do have a thriller book club called License to Thrill over on Fable, and we get it in over there. We read a new thriller every month. It's a read at your own pace type of book club, as long as you finish within the month. And then the cool thing about Fable is even if you don't finish within the month, there is a tab where you can go to previous book, continue to read, continue to leave comments, and we all see them. So I read All the People here with my book club, and basically this book was about a woman who oh damn, I don't even remember what this book was about. Hold on. Do I have it? Hold it, please. Okay, so yeah, this was a book about a woman named Margot. She went back to her old home, like her hometown or whatever, to help her Uncle Luke. He was having some issues. And previously, like 25 years before she went back, her best friend was like either kidnapped and murdered. And when she got back there to help take care of her Uncle Luke, another girl disappeared, and then that is when she took it upon herself to start researching and trying to figure out what happened to these girls or what happened to that girl. And what she finds out is absolutely crazy. I will say, and here we go with the star ratings. Y'all know I only give these at the end of the month. I gave All Good People here 3 stars by Ashley Flowers, and I gave it 3 stars because although it was super entertaining and it was page turning, the ending was so just blah. The ending was super flat. We didn't understand why it ended that way. Still have many questions, and I thought that it would be a little bit better seeing how Ashley Flowers is a super popular podcaster in real life. So I heard. So yeah, that was just like a little bit disappointing, like what happened at the end of the book. No spoilers, because I definitely would still encourage y'all to read it if you're looking for like a fun page turning thriller. But the ending was just not that girl. So I ended up giving All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers 3 stars. The next book that I read in March was Next of Kin by Kia Abdullah. This book was absolutely insane. So basically it was about 2 sisters who their parents passed. So the older sister started taking care of the younger sister. So one day the younger sister's husband asked the older sister if she could come and pick up their son and take him to school. When she did that, she got a call from work. She was discombobulated. She ended up going to work, leaving the little boy in the back seat on the hottest day of the year. He passed away, unfortunately, and then the book takes a turn. Everybody's trying to figure out what's going on. Did she do it on purpose? Did she do it on mistake? Like, how did it happen? How did you forget about a boy that was in the back seat when you were driving to his daycare? So a lot of questions were there, and the book was crazy. I ended up giving Next of Kin by Kia Abdullah 4 stars because it was that crazy. I enjoyed it so much because it was a page turner, and the ending was just crazy as crap. Like, I did not see it coming. So I gave that 4 stars. Kia Abdullah, definitely think that y'all should check it out if you're looking for kind of like a courtroom type of thriller. The next book that I read in March was White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. Y'all know I'm a Tiffany D. Jackson stan. She is now an author for me. I have read quite a few books from her, and I have enjoyed them all. So in the month of March, I decided to give her another chance because she has not failed me, and I actually listened and read White Smoke. So I do have the physical book on my shelves, but it came available through the Libby app, so I was able to listen to it from the library for free, and I was very excited about that. So White Smoke is about a blended family that win like a house lottery. They end up moving to this like kind of empty type of town into a house that is haunted. And the main character, y'all know I suck with names, I'll put it on the screen. The main character, a lot of stuff starts happening to her as well as her siblings, and she is just trying to figure out what's going on. They're living in this haunted house in this city where it's not a lot of people. The part of town that they moved in, winning this house lottery, is very sketchy, very creepy, and it was very, very good. The audio ate. The audio was that girl. Like, I seriously enjoyed the audio. If you can get your hands on the audio, I would say definitely listen to it. I listened and read in tandem because I did have the book. So when I wasn't able to read, I listened like on my way to work, at work, cleaning up. But I also read it, and it was so good. So I ended up giving White Smoke 4 stars by Tiffany D. Jackson. I am not going to compare her books. I'm just going to say basically, you know, my thoughts about that book because I have read Grown, I have read The Weight of Blood, and although they were all good, and I do think The Weight of Blood was better, this was still good. So I gave it 4 stars. The next book that I read in March was The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. Now, this book was absolutely crazy. This book was about a couple. It was a man. He was having an affair with another woman on his wife, and he was at their lake house or whatever. When he woke up, the girl, the mistress, was dead, and his wife, who is like a super popular, if not the most popular or the best lawyer attorney in the city, she ends up defending him in court to plead his case. And when I say, if you don't do anything, make this one of your reads that you pick up from this video. Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose was so good, and I'm so thankful. One of you guys actually sent it to me, and it's on my shelves. One of you guys actually sent it to me and was like, girl, you need to read it, and I'm so happy that you did because I ate it up. I ate that book up. It was so good. So I ended up giving Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose 4 stars. The next book I read was Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. I actually read another book by him this month, which we'll get into a little bit later, but I read Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. And this book was about a gentleman. He was, his name was something. And he was like the best getaway driver from back in the day. He was like the best driver that ever lived when it comes to like being a getaway driver for robberies and stuff like that. So he falls on hard times, and he's approached by like an old friend or an old associate, and was like, I got one more job for you. I got one more job for you. Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? Because he had fallen on hard times. He was trying to help his family, trying to help his daughter, trying to help his mom. So he was like, yeah, let's do it. And y'all, when I say this book was so good, y'all know I rant and rave about Razor Blade Tears so much. Although this was not as good, like I think I will go down in history saying Razor Blade Tears is my favorite book, and S.A. Cosby is now my favorite author. Like I can confidently say that. Blacktop Wasteland was so good because we get to follow this getaway driver who is trying to turn his life around. He's trying to do the right thing, but he goes back to what he knows. He goes back to being a getaway driver because he knows it's fast money, it's easy, and he knows he's the best. I end up giving Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby 4 stars, and rightfully so. I kind of like 4.5, but I put it at 4 stars just because I'll put like my star rating thing on the screen. 4 to 5 is just like really good. I will tell everybody about it. I will rant, I will rave, but it's just a little something that was missing. But 4 out of 5 stars for Blacktop Wasteland. The next book that I listened to, and it was a collection of short stories that is not out yet. I'll put when it comes out on the screen. I did get this approved from NetGalley, so shout out to them. It was the black girl survives in this one, so I got it on audio, and y'all, when I say the audio ate, the background noises, the transitions, all that was so good. It's a collection of authors, so I'll just put the cover on the screen, and then when it comes out, y'all should definitely check it out. I gave it 5 stars just for like the level of creepiness, and the audio just ate. It was so good. I enjoyed it so much. So yeah, it's a collection of horror, thriller, creepy stories by X amount of authors, and they range from like 45 minutes, you know, to an hour or so each story, and y'all ate it up. 5 stars. The next book that I read was My Son is a Murderer by Spencer Guerrero, and basically this was just about a woman who was trying to fight for her son's innocence. He was accused of murder, so she is just running around trying to figure out what happened, who accused him, because she know her son would not do that. So she's just like going around trying to figure out who did it and how to get him off the hook, because she know he would never do anything like that. I gave this book 3 stars. It was good, but it was just okay. It was nothing really crazy, nothing super memorable, like nothing that I would just like really think about again. It is good read if you need like kind of like a palate cleanser, or if you need like a, you know, just a quick thriller to like kind of get through to get you like to the next book. So I gave that 3 stars, and that is My Son is a Murderer by Spencer Guerrero. The next book that I read in the month of March, which y'all, it was so good, and it was a buddy read. I did listen to this book with my friend Kim and my friend D, and it is The Ace of Spades by Frida. I do not know how to pronounce her last name, but it's The Ace of Spades. And y'all, when I say this book was so good, it literally reminded me of, if you've ever watched Pretty Little Liars, trying to figure out who A is. Same concept. They're in high school. The 2 black kids who are the main characters, they are pretty much victims. Their private information is being leaked. All of their private stuff is coming out, and yeah, the whole book they're just trying to figure out who is Aces, why are they doing this, why are they singling them out because they're black. And it was just a whirlwind. We had so much fun in that group chat reading that, so we listened to it, and again, audiobook 8. The narrators, so good, so good. The gentleman who was the narrator, awesome, amazing, like I loved it. But I gave that 5 stars. And now I want to read the next book that she came out with, because I'm so like intrigued, and I really enjoyed her writing. And lastly, the last book that I read in March was All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. Y'all, this book, I'm so happy I ended March with this book. It was good. It was about a sheriff named Titus. He is the first black sheriff in this small county of Sharon, and after a shooting, a black guy, shot his teacher, Mr. Spearman. After he shoots him, Titus, who is a sheriff, he is now trying to figure out what's going on. He's got a lot of people looking at him, a lot of people depending on him to figure out what's going on. He got a lot of people looking down on him, a lot of people thinking he's not going to be able to achieve what he set out to do, because he is a black man, first black sheriff. So he is doing everything in his power to figure out, why did this gentleman shoot Mr. Spearman? And then on top of that, he uncovers like a lot of things, and a serial killer gets involved. And y'all, when I say I was turning these pages so fast, when I got towards the end of the book though, I slowed down, because I so wanted to just stay there with Titus and stay in the county of Sharon. I just wanted to stay there. It was so good. That was like a feel-good book that made me just want to stay with Titus and figure out what was going on, solve the murders, make it out alive. And I really enjoyed it. I gave that 4.5 stars. It was so good. Anything S.A. Cosby, read. And then the last book I want to talk about is a book that I did not finish, and that was The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. I know y'all probably was like, girl, we saw you reading it. I was reading it, and I kind of got into a slump like 35-40% in. So I didn't DNF it. I just put it on the back burner. I'll probably pick it up in April and finish it out, but I didn't want to count it because I didn't finish it. If you do see on my Goodreads that it says it's finished, I don't know why it's saying that. I have not finished The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley, but I definitely will. I got about 35-40% in, and it was just giving me a slump vibe. So yeah, it was giving me like a slump vibe, so I just DNF'd it like for later. But I did enjoy it. I just wanted something a little more, which is why I went to All the Sinners Bleed. So with that being said, that was my quick little March wrap up. I don't want to hold y'all long. Y'all let me know if you've read any of these books. What do you think about them? Do you enjoy them? And I will see you guys for my next video. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.